Hello and welcome to another edition of Cranky Gun Reviews. Tonight I'm continuing on in my discussion about 410 firearms and some budget firearms that shoot in 410 that are good for kind of, hunting. Well, one for hunting, one for last-ditch effort, self-defense. What do I have inside this box? Well, I have something that a lot of people have said is a useless firearm. Let's see what's in here. This is a Bond Arms Rough and Rowdy Derringer. The particular one that I have is a 2-shot 410 or 45 long Colt. And why did I specifically buy this one? Well, going back to my previous video on a budget-friendly 410 break-action shotgun, something that is easy to use, easy to shoot on the shoulder, something that you can pick up for a relatively good price. This was $189. With tax, it was about $201 out the door. This guy was a little bit more expensive because it is a pistol. It's all steel. It's very well made. Now, what is the appeal to a Bond Arms Derringer? Well, one of the cool things about it, it's very small. They are a all-American company. These are all made in Texas. They're very well made. They're very hefty. They have nice features on them. Has a cross-bolt safety, or really a cross-hammer safety. Nice, easy takedown with this lever, spring-loaded lever on the side. Barrel flips open, and you can put 2 rounds in there. Now, these are rifled chambers because technically, if they were smooth bore, this would be considered a short barrel shotgun. So in order to keep it legal, they have about a 1/2 inch of rifling at the very end of the barrel. And as I said earlier, this is a 410 bore or 45 long Colt. Now, the other cool thing about these Derringers is you can replace the barrel on these and use the same frame with the same serial number. So if you're buying one firearm in any caliber, you can turn this into a 9mm, a 380, a 45 ACP, 45 long Colt 410. I believe they make them in 10mm. I believe they make them in some rimfire cartridges. There's about 10 different calibers that you can buy these in. You can also get a 2.5 inch barrel, 3, 3.5, 4, 4.5, I think up to a 6 inch barrel, thus making this an extremely versatile gun. And all you need to do to switch the caliber is take this one screw out of here, flip the barrel off, put a new one in, put that screw back in. Very nice design. Like I said, it has a cross hammer safety on here, so that's fire. You can see the little red line on there. Red is dead. Push it back for safe. They don't recommend dry firing these either with the safety on or off. It's not really good for them. So don't dry fire these. It says right in the instructions. Let's see what else you get in the box. Nice piece of paper that says, high moisture may cause flash rust. Prevent this by applying aerosols such as WD-40 or REM oil every few months, along with storing the firearms in your Bond Arm box. That includes a silica moisture packet, which is this little guy. So that will help prevent rust. I have a really cheesy trigger lock, but it does satisfy requirements for a trigger lock because you need a tool to get it off the gun, or a key. In this case, they're these little dinky keys. You put the key in those 2 slots and turn it to get it off. Kind of cheesy, but that's what's required. This piece of paper is MSRP for all the different models that they sell. I will tell you that right now in the current market, you're going to pay more than these values. Maybe if you are in Texas or in another state where these are a little bit easier to find, you can get them for these prices. But this particular one for me in Massachusetts was $349 plus tax. A little bit more than the $299 suggested retail, but these just became available in Massachusetts. I've only seen them at like 2 stores, so being able to find one at all, pretty cool. You have your owner's manual, which is your typical, talks about safety, talks about function, things like that. One thing I thought was a little bit weird, comes with an Allen key, and if you flip open the barrel on this, you can see your 2 firing pins on the top and the bottom. That little left hole over there, that's actually a lock. So if you push the crossbolt safety into the safe position, which is that way to the left, You stick the Allen key in that hole right there and crank down on it. It basically is a set screw that locks on the crossbolt safety so you can't use it. They say that's a child lock. I would never do that. I just don't keep this where my kids can play with it, and I probably won't keep it loaded unless I'm carrying it, which I probably won't carry it unless I'm at the range. There's your instruction manual. A lot of good information in there. Bond Arms, join the NRA. And then the catalog that shows all the different models. So you can see all the way up to like a 6 or a 6.5 inch barrel. They have an In God We Trust one, various different grip options on there, rosewood and other things, all the way down to a little 2.5 inch barrel. I think they call this the Mama Bear. It's a little tiny one. It has a pink grip on it. Very neat. One thing I also noticed, Bond Arms started remaking the Boberg Bullpup 9mm pistol. And if you guys haven't seen that, I highly recommend going and checking out some videos on that on YouTube. It was the one, and I think the only bullpup pistol, where basically the ammo pulls out of the magazine backwards. The barrel actually is further back than the grip on this, and it has about the same length barrel that a standard Glock 19 would have, about a 4.25 inch barrel, but it's a very compact 9mm. So inside the catalog here, talks about all their different models, has some kind of funny graphics in here. Stop any threat dead in its tracks, whether it's a snake or an attacker trying to rob you in your car. You have the Texan, which is a 6-inch barrel, 8.5 inch long overall, 4.5 inch tall. You can get it in 45 or 410. The Old Glory. You have the Z Slayer, the Zombie Slayer. You have the Blackjack, which is all blacked out. You have the Ranger 2, the Patriot, the PT2A, including driving holster, the Rustic Ranger, the Backup, which has a really stubby 2.5 inch barrel, Texas Ranger Anniversary Edition that comes in a nice case, the Snake Slayer, the Cub and the Papa Bear, the Texas Defender, which is really nice with a nice star grip on it, Snake Slayer 4, which is a 4.25 inch barrel, the Mama Bear, which as I said is a 2.5 inch barrel with a pink grip with a bear on it, Century 2000, and then you got a little bit story about Bob Munden, who supported these. You have a little story about the Waterloo pistol here. Then you have the Cowboy Defender, the Mini 45, the Girl Mini 357-38, and then a little bit of information about one gun with 40 plus barrels and 16 calibers. So I misspoke about how many calibers you can have. And this talks about the ammunition you can use based on the chamber you have. Mine is the 410 with the 2.5 inch chamber, or it's a 3-inch barrel, but a 2.5 inch chamber. So I can shoot 45 Schofield, 45 Colt, and 410 shotgun shells out of mine, but they can only be 2.5 inch shotgun shells. Then you have a little bit of information here on the Bond Arms Bullpup, which, as I said, is based on the Boberg pistol. So you can see it basically pulls the rounds backwards out of the magazine and loads them in the breech of the barrel. So you can get away with a much longer barrel on this because the rounds load much further in the back of the barrel and the trigger mechanism is forward of the magazine. Pretty interesting firearm. Going on down the magazine, the Rough series, the Rough Neck, which is a 2.5 inch barrel, the Rowdy, which is this guy here, 3-inch barrel, the Grizzly with a 3-inch barrel, and then some accessories that you can get with it. Now, there are people that make the grips, the extended grips for these on eBay. Altamont actually makes some really nice grips for this. They're a little bit pricey, between $60 or $70. So that's a little bit of information about the Bond Arms Rough and Rowdy. That does have the model stamped right here on the frame, or I guess it's laser engraved, so the MARW, that stands for the Rough and Rowdy. And again, this is a mass model, so it actually has MA right in the serial number saying that it's mass legal. And again, you can buy the barrels for these. You can buy, 9mm, 45, or any of the other ones. If you buy a 3-inch barrel, they're around $160 to $180 online. I may end up buying a different barrel for this, but the main reason I wanted this, I've been looking at something in 410 or 45 long Colt for a while, either the Smith and Wesson Governor or the Taurus Judge or one of these Bond Arms, mainly because I have a lot of different 410 self-defense ammo, and I also have a 410 Mossberg 500 and now this Stevens as well. So I'd actually bought a whole bunch of this 410 buckshot at Walmart 2 or 3 years ago. They were clearing it out for like $5 a box. I bought everything they had in 3 or 4 different Walmarts. So I have a ton of that stuff. It's 4 pellet triple-aught buck. You have your standard shot shells number 8, which would be great for, you know, rats or snakes. I have some rifled slugs. And I picked this stuff up when I bought the Bond Arms as well. This is a 1400 feet per second BB buck. So I think it has like 12 pellets of BB in it. Pretty good self-defense round for this particular gun. So I have a good amount of 410s, different varieties. And I don't have any 45 long Colt. It's pretty hard to find right now, so I don't know if I'll be getting some of that in the future. I'm sure I'll try to find some, but for now, I have 410 ammo. So now I have a backup 410 pistol. I have my 410 break action shotgun, and I also have my 410 Mossberg 500. So I will be taking this out to the range and shooting it soon. At this particular point in time, I'm going on vacation this weekend, so it probably won't be this weekend when I get out, unless something changes. But I will do a video with that, probably shooting at some soda cans and stuff. And funny thing was, I'm part of the Paul Harrell group on Facebook, and I posted this, and I started getting ribbed by everybody. They thought I was just creating a meme, or that I was a troll posting this, because they think it's the most ridiculous gun you can get, even worse than, you know, the Taurus revolver that shoots 410 or the Smith and Wesson Governor, because, you know, it's just kind of a useless backup gun. It's not really good at anything. It's close quarters. You know, if you put it up to somebody's belly, it's your last chance gun to get away from somebody. And I didn't really buy it for that. I bought it as a novelty because it's a pretty neat looking gun. So it's just a short little video on the Bond Arms Rough and Rowdy 410 45 long Colt double-barreled Derringer. Thanks for watching Cranky Gun Reviews. Have a great day. God bless America. And support your 2A rights. It's more important now than it ever was.